this is Nick Kiernan
How you doing?
with Elbowz Cycling. They've had a phenomenal start this year. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Nick. You're the director of Elbowz Cycling, so tell me how you got your job and where you're at.
Well, it's kind of a long story, but basically it's my good friend Ben Spees. He races motorcycles. He's a MotoGP racer. Came to me 2 years ago. Cycling is his passion, and he wanted to start a team. So we just kind of started from there. It was somewhat of a leap of faith. It's when you're starting something from nothing. It's never easy, and we put it together, and luckily there's a really good race scene in Texas, and we just kind of plucked some of the guys from Texas, and it was kind of born from that. So
cool. How did you guys come up with the name Elbowz?
That's Ben's name, and I guess it came from racing in his AMA days. He would always kind of race with his elbows out, and that's how he got the nickname Elbowz. And since we co-founded the team and he owns the team, and it was just kind of a fit. And since it's a name that's kind of unique, so it stands out. I think that it's really worked out well for us. So,
how much has Ben involved in the team?
Oh, I talk to him every day. Matter of fact, he raced he raced on Sunday, and after he finished, it's always the first thing he does is he texts us to find out what's going on with the team, how the results were. Of course, Sunday he was extremely happy with the way things worked out.
Yeah, he raced Silver Star. I think he got 5th.
Yeah, he had
Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone. Yeah, he had a he had a good race there. I think that he's had a little bit of bad luck as conflict in this year, but he's going to turn it around. Not only is he obviously fast on a motorcycle, but the guy's like extremely good bike rider too, like extremely fit, and so he could probably race with us when he's not racing motorcycles.
All right. Well, you guys got nationals coming up on June the 20th. What do you expect out of your team? I know you've had some big wins. I was there in Arkansas when Eric Marcotte took that first win. I think it was in stage 2, maybe It was 3, but it was a pretty big win for you guys. Then yesterday I got to watch the live stream of Eric and Christian basically just come through at the end. What an incredible effort they put. What do you expect with that kind of riding to when Nationals comes up? What do you want your team to do?
Well, we have a number of good riders. Our team has a lot of depth this year. We do have a lot of foreign riders. Obviously, Christian is from Luxembourg, then Heath Lightgrove's from New Zealand, and we have Sean Sullivan from Australia. So, we're going to be missing some of the guys, but one of our true workhorses is a guy named Matt Stevens, and obviously we have Marcotte, and then 2 other guys, Tyler Jewell, Andrew Gonzalez, and I expect a lot from them. They're all super fast racers. I think we have Carson Play, and Eric. That guy's just right now. I think he's the man to beat. Like, that guy's just riding phenomenal.
The guy rides with a lot of heart.
He's an unbelievable just person in general, and yeah, you right. Like, he rides with a lot of heart. He's just an awesome guy, and he goes out there, and he definitely always leaves it out there on the course. So, in honesty, we'd be really upset if we didn't come home with a jersey.
Right. Well, we're all rooting for you. Who's your guys' biggest competitors this year in the peloton, would you say?
National is always such a crapshoot. There's so many good guys. If you kind of look at the results, there's, obviously, if it's coming down to, a bunch sprint, Rashawn's got to be or Justin Williams too. Cash Call, those guys are riding phenomenal. That's one of the other teams that, as far as the crit goes, like, we look at those guys. They've got it dialed. They have obviously he's one of the top sprinters right now in the U.S. and Justin Williams, and the guy's not scared. So I would say that in the crit, that's going to be the team to beat. Those guys, they lay it on the line every time, and they've come up with some big wins this year too. So they're going to be tough to beat, but hopefully we're not going to have to rely on the group sprint. We're hoping that it's always such a crapshoot in a bunch sprint. So we're gonna try and weed it out a little bit and see what happens. But I would say that as far as teams go, the cash call is going to be the heavy hitters in the field.
Well, that's good. That's always good to have good competition in these national races, and we are going to be there taking some photos and stuff. So we'll try to get some pictures of your guys. But on another note, tell me what your day's like. I mean, I know you directors, there's not much glory, but I know you're a big piece of the engine there for Elbowz.
Well, when we started this program, we wanted to start something that was a little bit different, fresh, and, I've been racing bikes and been on the scene. I've been doing this 17 years. I've raced with some successful teams and, some that weren't so successful. So I think that collectively with Heath and Sully and the rest of these guys, we're trying to build something, like I said, different. And so everything from our social media side to our website to doing things like that and getting involved with charities, racing bikes is only a small part of what we do. And we want to try and grow the sport and cultivate young talent, and we have big plans for the future. So my days a lot of times are especially race time, are just crazy long, and like you said, it's
cleaning bikes all day.
yeah, exactly right. There's some days that are like 20 hours, but yeah, there's a lot of emailing, and it's a lot of times it's like herding cats, I always say, because you have so many different personalities on the team. Everybody's kind of doing their thing, and it can be difficult at times, but it's
which one of your riders really stands out as making the biggest leap this year?
Oof. That's tough to say. I've raced with most of them for so long. I mean, the two new guys are Sully and Eric, and I want to say, even though Eric obviously wasn't with us before, I want to say it's Eric. He was always on the radar, and I've always kind of had a knack for picking pretty good guys, and it was the type of thing that when I started talking to him, I knew that all he was really missing was a team and like the camaraderie and having guys that would believe in him. And he's shown this year, like he's always gotten good results, but
he's the real deal.
Yeah, he is. He's phenomenal. He's just a great guy, and that's every guy on the team. I can't say anything bad about any one of them, and they're all just so different in their own way. And that's what makes it successful. And you go out there and you lay it on the line for one guy, and when he comes up big, you just it just works. I don't know. And
community people really look up to you, especially these big race wins you're getting. Everybody's, Elbowz is really on the map right now. I think you shocked the announcers yesterday when I was watching it. Those guys were all about the other teams, and you guys came up big. And and that took a lot of guts there at the end. It was almost like Christian was leading out Eric, but he just rode away.
Christian is he's a funny guy. We call him Papa Bear because he's so. He's almost like your father when you're on the road. He's by far the most responsible out of all of us, and he really is. He has these days where I've just seen him do unbelievable things on a bike, and you're I think you hit it on the head. I think that he's a true professional, like on and off the bike, and the guy just does his job to a T every time, and no matter what that is. And I just think sometimes it's just so dang strong that it just happens, and that's there was a photo of him winning yesterday, and you could just see the emotion, and he's just he's a phenomenal rider, and he's
you can't replace riders like him.
No, you can't.
Well, we wish you luck in nationals, and Is there anything else you'd like to add before we conclude here?
No, I mean, I'd like to thank everybody. I mean, we have a tremendous following, and it's, I always kind of post on our Facebook that we want to thank all of our fans and sponsors, and, everybody's been phenomenal to us, and it's just been a whirlwind ride, from the start. And so, I'm hoping that, obviously this continues for many, many years and grows into something, really big. But, regardless, it's been a fun journey, and we're really enjoying it. So,
is Ben going to make it to any of these road races this year?
I texted him yesterday, and I told him he's coming back, I think, next month. He's going to take a little mini break, and I'm trying to get him out on the road with us, because I think he needs to kind of dig in with us and get in the van and, do some traveling with us. I think he'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I heard he was a hell of a rider, so.
Yeah. He really is, man. He's just a phenomenal athlete, so he's a lot of fun to have around, that's for sure.
Well, awesome. Well, we really appreciate your time. This is Elbowz Racing and Nick Kiernan, with CyclingIllustrated.com.